Hey guys, welcome to today's live stream. I am so pumped to have you here, and if you are joining me on the replay, #replay, guys, I'm so excited. So we're just going to have a quick chat for about 30 seconds or so while we wait for everyone to come join us, because you know what Facebook's like. It goes to get all those notifications out to you for you guys to come and join me. So what are we talking about today? Well, the exciting stuff, of course. We're going to be talking about revenue. But before we get to that and before we start talking money, I have a confession to make. I made a boo-boo. I was so excited yesterday with it being my daughter's birthday that I may have made a mistake in the email that I sent out. Okay, teeny tiny email mistake that I made was because I write them live. So literally no automation from you guys. I write everything live based on, your responses and what's going on. And because of that, I may have sent an email out yesterday where the link wasn't working. Oh, I know, my bad, but I have corrected it. I've just written you guys a little kind of thing, and I've been working on some stuff. So the link is all working now. So because of that, I guess it's only fair to you guys and to my daughter that I extend that offer on the live event bonus ticket for the 3-day signature system live event that we've got happening in December. And the reason for that is because it's not fair on you guys if you couldn't get over, because I was typing so quick that I didn't actually put the link in properly. So because of that, I'm extending the offer until tonight. Also making that fair to my daughter, because I did say to her and promise that for her birthday, any sales that came in from that would go towards her little value that she has to save for if she wants to come to Nashville with me next year to come to Funnel Hackers Live. So that is the dealio, guys. So let's just check who's here. Hey, Chris. Who else is here? Give me a hey. I know that everyone's just slowly coming over. Give me a hey in the comments. Let me know who's here. Give the post a like so it all kind of goes bumpy up the algorithm. So guys, now that we've got people starting to come on and join the live stream, let's dive straight in. So what are we talking about? We're talking about, first of all, closing the sale, and secondly, revenue generation, because my gosh, you guys, the amount of DMs and questions I have had about revenue generation and using Catalyst events is crazy. So I'm going to dive into that as well. So before we dive in too far down that, let's actually go through your workbook. For those of you who've got the workbook to hand, we can whiz through that and make sure that you've got the answers, because I know that you guys are really kind of focused on this. So the revenue side of it, which is in your workbook, when we're talking about virtual events, okay, they generate money in 2 ways. So these are Catalyst events. So Catalyst events is the big title that we put on all of the things we can do virtually, that we can set off in our business almost as a kind of like timed traffic explosion to then drive traffic to then be able to launch off the back of and then bring our sales in. So revenue comes in 2 places from this, guys. It comes in your front end. So you make sales at the beginning, either passes, tickets, things like that, or you make the back end sales. So I'm going to talk you through what the routes to revenue are for each and every one. So in your workbook, answer number 1 is front-end sales, and answer number 2 is back-end. That's where we make our money. 2 separate groups when we host virtual events. Now, the group 1 routes to revenue. So the routes to revenue and how we make money from hosting a virtual event where we make money up front is, number 1, contributor fees. If we're hosting a giveaway, then we make money off the contributor fees. Now, the way that I do it is slightly different. We actually only take half of the contributor fee for us to pay the team to generate and create the events. The other half normally goes to our charity of the year, which for anybody who doesn't know is actually ActionAid, and will be for 2021 as well, where we actually help girls go to school and get medical treatment, food, clothing, and all of that. So that's where we make money there, and that's where we actually do our charity work, because we make money from those contributor fees. Remember when I was talking about hosting giveaways, we would normally, and it's normal value that you would charge a contributor fee, usually about the 125, 150 mark. 150 is the average for the industry. There are people who charge a lot higher, and there are people who charge an awful lot less. The lowest being that I've seen actually 2 low ones. One was $97 and another one was $45, but that $45 There wasn't much traffic in it. It wasn't the greatest event I've seen. So normally, giveaways, like I said yesterday, are pay to play. So you charge a contributor fee. Contributors then obviously have to fulfill their obligations. But because it's a shared obligation, what happens is you actually generate a ton of traffic, not just for you as the host, but for your contributors, because everybody is sharing and driving traffic at the event. And what happens off the back of that is you can launch, contributors can launch, and it ends up being a really nice event. So giveaways and contributor fees are the ways you can make money up front from an event. You can make it also if you're hosting a summit. You can sell unlimited pass sales. So when we host events and we're hosting free events, it's again standard in the industry that we would give free access and a free ticket to everybody that signs up, because that's part of list building. But they only get access to things for so long. So they only get access for maybe 24 hours. So for example, when you signed up for Audience GrowthCon tickets in September, for anyone who came and was on a free ticket, you got access to watch the videos for 24 hours in the vault. And after that, then they got locked away. And it was only available then in the members area, which the unlimited, I can't get my teeth out there, the unlimited access members were the ones who then have lifetime access to it. Okay, anybody else who was on free pass, once the day had gone, that was it. You lost access to the training. So you can make money from unlimited pass sales as well up front. You can put in swag sales. So I love this. So once you are hosting any event and you are charging, you can always have upsells where you can add on. So for example, when we do contributor fees, sometimes one of the things that we do, for example, is we actually have additional training on how to be a good contributor. How do you get the most out of being in a giveaway? So we can upsell that. You can sell swag fees. So swag sales. And basically what we're doing now is if we're doing something like a paid challenge where people are actually paying to take part. Do you remember I was telling you about what we've got coming next year? We're going to have a new challenge every month that people can buy into. And from that sprint that we're going through, people are buying in at the beginning. So they're putting their money where their mouth is, because people don't always action free. How many of you guys have actually reached out and tried to raise your Fast Five? Okay. If you're kind of thinking, oh, yeah, that should have been me. That's what I'm saying. So you can have paid challenges where people pay because that keeps them accountable. When people have some skin in the game, they tend to take action. So from there, you could upsell them into some other training or product, or you could sell them swag where you actually physically mail them something, because people love that. They love getting something in the mail. So they're the ways that we can make money up front. Okay, now we're going to dive into the ways that you can make money from the back end of these events, and then we're going to dive into closing the sale, because that's important as well. Before we do, let's come and check the comments, see who's here. Okay, there's a couple of people. I've got people all over tonight. Wow, okay. So for doing an event in the back end then, okay, the back end of a Catalyst event. Guys, put any questions you've got, by the way, into the comment box, and I will come back to them and try and answer them during the session today. If not, I know there's so many of you that have reached out to me on DM, and I am going to be DMing people back over the weekend. I've been trying to catch up as much as I could. But yeah, my thumbs can't work that fast. I've been like that all day, kind of typing away to people. And yeah, I'm going to catch up to all DMs. If you do have questions, drop me a DM as well. In terms of the actual revenue itself in the back end, let's just cover that. So for the back end of our kind of revenue planning, and when we're doing our virtual events, where do we make money? First of all, we make money off course sales. So we host a virtual event, a Catalyst event in our business. Okay, remember Catalyst, that big broad title that we call any of the virtual events that we plan is to create that kind of traffic explosion. When we host that, what we actually do is we couple up with a launch. So we put the launch against the event that we're hosting. What we then do is we take that launch and then we're selling usually a course or a system. So we sell off the back of that. So we get course sales. If we've got people already getting their credit card out, we do bump offers. These are the little offers at checkout that you will see on people's pages. And again, normally, they can be anywhere from kind of like $7 up to $27. So really kind of low ticket stuff. I have seen that said people going up to $97, $197. So you can go up to really high amounts. It just depends on how hot your traffic is, whether that's going to work. You can sell services. So off the back of an event, we have been known to make quite significant, and I'm talking 6-figure significant, revenue just of selling funnels and services and all sorts of things to our actual contributors, people who've taken part and worked with us. We've then actually sold into services. So you can do course sales and be doing all of your launch and with your bump offer on, and then you can be doing service sales. So to all your contributors, people who've taken part. And then the other route, number 10 in your workbook, is JV partners. You can promote courses and trainings for JV partners and help drive traffic to them. So if you don't have a course or a service, you don't need to. Okay, I know it's common in our business that we do, but you actually don't need to. If there's people that you've worked with where they are phenomenal at what they do, then you can sign up to their affiliate programs. And believe me, most people have them. And then you can promote them, okay? And you can either do it, and people do either affiliate or referral. But you promote people to go and join your JV partners course, program, service. When they buy, you get a percentage of the sale and it's sent straight over to you. So that's another way that you can do revenue from these events, because at the end of the day, a catalyst event, like we've been talking about, creates that traffic boom. And when we were talking yesterday about traffic, you'll notice that when I was talking about the fast 5, to get the 5K fast, you have to do the legwork. You're going to have to do some legwork, because unfortunately that's just the way it works. To get consistent and to get it so that everything's easier, you feel like your money barriers are down because you're making money quite easily, you need to be holding these catalyst events to basically create these timed launches of traffic that you can then run either front end or back end sales, ideally both. And that way you're generating revenue and traffic on a consistent basis. Okay, so that is how it works. Now, for you guys who are watching, obviously I saw some people have done their homework yesterday. I've seen that in a few DMs. Guys, you really need to put it on the homework thread. Okay, and I know quite a few of you are talking about summits and giveaways and challenges. So I want to know from you guys, what is the first event that you are wanting to plan? Okay, put a 1 in the comments if it's a challenge, put a 2 in the comment if it's a giveaway, or put a 3 if it's a summit. I want to know what you guys are wanting to build. Okay, so let's have a little look. Let's come and have a look in the comments. Where are we at? Okay. Oh, crikey, let me just scroll back up. Hey, Dusty. I saw your comment just popping in there. Let me just scroll back up to catch these numbers. Okay, so we've got a 1. We've got a couple of 1s there. Okay, there's quite a lot of you who want to do giveaways. That's good. All right, let me just... Okay, and a couple of summits as well. Guys, depending on which channel you're watching on, you will either see all of these comments or sometimes you don't, because remember, I am streaming to multiple platforms, although I'm not streaming to Periscope today. So that will be interesting, because I normally enjoy a good stream to Periscope and see what random comments come in. Dusty is putting a 3. Excellent. Okay, so with these events and the way it works, hosting giveaways is probably my favorite. In fact, I'm going to be really honest. We have the doors to EM. They close on Monday. We have a great offer for everybody coming through. We then have 2 extra things coming, okay? We've got giveaways coming that we are going to be inviting people to take part in. And of course, we've got that live event. Now, giveaways are fantastic. But remember, if you want to be in one, you have to understand how to be a good contributor. Because otherwise, if you don't understand how a giveaway works and you try to host one, what's going to happen is you're going to fall flat on your face and it's going to look stupid. Because as a contributor, if I'm paying $150 and I've brought 10 of my friends as well, who are all then paying $150 to somebody, we want to make sure that the pages work, the automations work, that the contributors are high quality. So we know that we're therefore going to get good traffic levels. So you've got to consider all of that when you're hosting one of these events, but they are so worth it. I have made some of my greatest friends online from actually working in giveaways with them and actually becoming JV partners, talking to them, getting to know them, to the point where we cheerlead for each other. We support each other's businesses. It is a fantastic way to really, when we're talking about the long-term revenue for your business, it's a fantastic way to build relationships and to build your revenue. So I highly, highly recommend you guys think about giveaways. So with that in mind, how could you do a giveaway? What could you do it on? Well, you can do it on a niche. You can focus on a particular niche if you want to. You can, for example, do it all about sales or how to write a book, how to publish a book. You can bring all of these different people together. And it's very, very simple to do once you understand the technicals. But like I say, you've got to understand how to be a very attentive host. I always compare it to being like a party host. You've got to be out there kind of connecting everyone and saying, hey guys, have you met each other? Because it's all about the experience. That's what makes people want to come back and work with you. So revenue routes, we've talked about the fast five and we've talked about it a lot. And hopefully you guys have been out and you've been emailing people. You've been starting to drive that warm traffic we talked about yesterday. You've been starting to hopefully drive that towards some of your offers. But long term, you need to be thinking about, how am I going to do this? How am I going to really generate consistent revenue? Because long term, you have to. You can't, as much as I love fast fives, you can't live your entire business on them. If you run your business on a fast five kind of cycle where you're just doing this, what's going to happen is you will burn out all your contacts, you'll burn out your leads. It doesn't work. You've got to find a way of opening the floodgates and bringing in new traffic and new people into your kind of offers and your ecosystem. I like to think of your business as an ecosystem, because if we don't understand that we need to have new bloods coming into our email list, into our Facebook groups, and into having assessment calls with us, if we're not doing that on a consistent basis, then the business becomes stagnant. We're not generating new leads. We're not doing anything new. So guys, you have to start thinking about, what are you going to do? How are you going to do this? How are you going to grow your business properly? Okay, taking it from feeling like a hobby to, right, I have a plan. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm working towards, so that you don't have to, constantly feel like you're swimming underwater and paddling away. That's the problem that most people have. So when it comes to it, and when it comes to the way that we kind of building our business, we have to be able to create a plan to generate traffic. It's all about traffic, because guys, you could have 5 offers and you can run those offers all year, pretty much on a cycle. If you don't have the traffic, you will not get the revenue. It's just the basic rules. You've got to get traffic to get revenue. And the way we get traffic is by either paying to play and running ads and just running ads to products and having a really good, strong sales funnel there, or we host our catalyst events, we run traffic that way, we have those traffic explosions where we follow with a launch, or you can do the way you've been doing already, which is probably not working and why you're actually watching this live stream on a Friday. So that's the 2 kind of options really. In reality, the only option to build your business is to be able to control the traffic bursts, because most people don't want to be and aren't ready to be playing with running paid ads to their business, because at the end of the day, if your offer isn't converting and you haven't run enough traffic at it to prove it converts, and then you suddenly put a load of ads on and you're driving ad traffic, you could spend thousands and not get sales. I've known people who have in the past spent upwards of $10,000 to get 1 sale on a $10,000 product. And that's when they went, maybe the offer's wrong. Yeah. I've had clients come to us that have done that. I've had clients that have, we had a guy come to us, maybe last spring. And when he came, we were chatting away and, I was doing all of the questions that we need to go through. And he said to me that he'd had a little bit of a bad experience with Facebook. So, what have you done? He said, well, I tried to run traffic to a landing page to get signups. I went, okay, that's normal, yeah. And he said, yeah, I left it on. I was like, okay, that's not that bad. How long did you leave it on for? Well, I forgot. Something happened and I forgot, and I left it on for 3.5 months. Okay, guys, his budget was $200 a day. Now that probably doesn't sound like a lot, but if you leave that on for 3.5 months and you're not getting signups, you are getting one hell of a huge bill. So that's why quite often we don't want to be running paid traffic until we know that our offers and everything we're doing converts. And that's why most people, particularly those that are struggling to break the 5K mark, The reason, or even those who struggle to break the 10K, to be quite frank, the reason is because they're trying to sell products that they don't know convert without enough traffic. So what do we do? How do we fix it? Well, it's kind of simple. What we do is we get our offers ready. And again, we don't need to build everything, but we need to have them ready enough to launch so that we have a proper plan. Because guys, honestly, I'm not teaching anybody here to create shit courses or shit programs. Okay, should have said turn the volume down if you've got kids around. But you guys should know that, you've been here all week. So in terms of how do we do it? Well, what we need to do is make sure that we're creating stuff that A, we're going to be proud of, people are going to get the transformations in that they purchased, but B, we need to be making stuff that we can actually drive traffic to that will buy. So if you are driving, 1,000 people to an offer and it doesn't sell, it's the offer. If you drive 10 people to an offer and it doesn't sell, it's the traffic. Okay, that's the problem. So we need to create ways that we can generate traffic. And that's what I want you to think of when we start talking about revenue plans. I want you to think about next year. Get serious, okay? How are you going to make money next year? What are you going to do? The best way to make money is to have a revenue plan. You can have it loose for the back end of the year, but the front end of the year, what you need to do is be saying, right, my first 90 days, this is set in stone. I'm going to pen it in the diary so nothing changes. And the rest of it, I'm going to pencil it in. It's fine. And that first 90 days, you should be hosting at least 2 catalyst events. If you want to be breaking the 10K mark and you want to be building traffic, we're going beyond 5K here because 5K, the same principle applies. So let's not aim, why not aim for 10? The purpose that we need to do is in 90 days, we should have at least 2 catalyst events. And once you get into that cycle, you will automatically have the assets to be able to roll this out and keep it going like that. So those 2 catalyst events should be things that build your list. Okay, that's the important part. How do we list build? Now, if you have no list, the best way you can do it is to build those joint venture relationships with other people, because other people will have lists. Okay, other people will have contacts, because unless you're going to go spending hours per day scraping through Facebook groups, desperately trying to get traction, some of those strategies we talked about earlier in the week, that's great. You get 150 email subscribers. After that point, you should be getting out there. Okay, there's so much more that you can do. So you need to be planning what you're going to do to actually fill these events. And the way we fill them is we find partners who are going to work with us. So that's why we need to start our revenue plan, because to find partners, that's the bit where you do a bit of work. That's also where you're making money. So when we're talking about being able to do this and getting into kind of more the consistent 5 and 10K, rather than just going through making a fast 5 and then going, that worked for this month, what about next? What we need to do is bring that through by actually planning in the first place what we're doing. Okay, we've got to plan it. And the only way we can do that is say, right, this is what I commit to and I'm going to do it. Now, I know some people that have been following along with all of the work we've been doing this week, people that have been popping up in my DMs who have spent more than a year planning their virtual events, more than a year. I know some people that have been talking to me about virtual events since spring, and they're not hosting theirs until next spring. And the reason for that is because they have seen it enacted, but they haven't actually done it themselves. So they've got nothing to follow through. And because they haven't got anything to follow through, it makes it 10 times harder. And that's hard because you've got to commit and deliver on those due dates, because otherwise you're not driving enough traffic. Your business will sink without traffic. That's why you see all these people going live every day, writing all of their posts every day, then turning up and sending out emails every single day. They're churning out content like little rabbits on a hamster wheel. And that's great until something happens. Life happens, you get sick, any of that stuff that really is draining. And then suddenly you kind of go, that wasn't sustainable. And it's not. I've got some beautiful people that I know in the industry, and they have just broken through the 6K mark. So the 6-figure mark this year. And I'm so pleased for them. The problem is I've watched them get burnt out every time. And the reason for that is because they're on that hamster wheel that some silly coaches are teaching of, come on, let's just do this, do this, do this. Yeah. But where's the sustainability? When we start to create the virtual events and we start to create catalyst events, it widen our network. So we develop those JV partners. The JV partners then become a real relationship we can foster. So we get invited to their events. So then we start to kind of cross-populate with things. Because when was the last time you got an invitation to take part in an event? Really? You know you're not being visible enough if you're not getting invitations. It's that simple. I'm going to be brutal. If you are not being invited to events, then you're not being visible. Okay? And visibility does not mean you have to be on that hamster wheel. But visibility means you have to be driving traffic in one way or another. So if you're not getting invited to be at events, then you aren't driving enough traffic to your business. I'm just going to pause and let you just think about that for a second. If you're not driving enough traffic into your business, then you are not being invited to events. That's how you know you've not driven enough traffic. Because if you were, you would be getting joint venture invites and you would be getting a lot of them. But that's the problem. People don't realize that all this free stuff that they're churning out doing that's not sustainable. Even then, if they're not reaching with the right people and connecting with the right people, so the people that are maybe a little bit further on or a little bit wider than their kind of their niche, if you're not doing that and you're just focusing on helping people down below, that's fine. It is amazing to be doing that. But the people down below are not going to help pull you up and pull your business up higher into the next level. And that's what we need to be thinking about. So when we talk about catalyst events and revenue generation planning, I really want you to think about this. What have you got planned for 2021 or the end of December even that is going to work for you? What is it that you've got planned that's going to develop the traffic explosion? If you do not have it and there's nothing planned in your diary and you're kind of looking going, oh, I've got my 2021 diary, there's nothing in it, then we've got a problem because we have to find a way to get you that traffic. We have to. If we're not driving traffic, I'll be quite frank, turn the volume down, we're fucked. Okay, we're fucked. So that's why we have to be there. That's why we have to be creating this traffic. And for you to create your revenue plan, what I want you to think about when we start talking about 2021 is what are you going to do in this next 90 days? You know, you've got December to start working on things, creating assets. When it gets to midnight, we're hitting January 1st. What are you going to do for those 90 days till the end of March to explode traffic into your business? To really explode it, not just, I'm going to blog for 90 days. Ooh, I'm going to post links. No, proper traffic. Traffic that's going to be measurable where you could launch to and go, nailed it, I sold my offer. What are you going to do with that? If you haven't got a clue, then you definitely need to be inside EEM, first of all. Secondly, we need to find a way to fix it. Okay, we have to do that. So guys, I want you to think about it. Your homework for today, and I'm going to extend the homework for everyone to put their comments on. If you haven't put it on the threads, I keep telling all these naughty people who slide into my DMs, okay? If you want to do it properly, I want you to think about, first of all, what revenue do you want? Are you wanting lots of front-end stuff? Are you wanting lots of back-end? Are you wanting a mix? And secondly, what are you going to do for the 90 days from January 1st? What are you going to do? And that little point, while you're thinking about it, leads me to something important, guys. Tonight, I am expiring the invite to the March event, okay? I extended the live stream one for the live 3-day signature event because obviously I cocked up on yesterday's email and I didn't put the link in properly. Oh, that was my fault. And it was my fault because I was rushing so I could go like my daughter's birthday cake because I had family here. But what do I need to do? Well, really, we have to expire some bonuses, guys. I can't just keep giving you everything, otherwise I'll just include it. So as of midnight Pacific, okay, midnight Pacific, the next bonus to expire is going to be the speaking slot in our March event. So if you're thinking, right, Lindsay, I've got nothing planned for January, March, and February, and I know they put them in the wrong order, but if you know that you've not got anything planned for those first 90 days, then as soon as you sign up for EEM, okay, the benefit of that is that you then will get an invite to take place in our event. And shall I let you guys in on a little secret of what we're doing? Is that all right? Okay. Give me one in the comments if you guys think that's all right for me to do, because I don't want to kind of talk about stuff and you guys go, oh, that's not relevant, Lindsay. Because I think it is, because I think getting you guys invites to events, getting you guys being visible, being seen and building your list, I personally think it's critical. But what do you guys think? Put a 1 in the comments if you want to hear about the event in March and you want to hear about that free ticket that is expiring tonight if you don't buy into EEM. Who wants to hear about it? Because we will be selling the tickets. Of course, you can always buy in. If you want to part with hot solid cash, you can always buy in for it, but we will be. So let's just check the comments. Okay. All right, I've got a few coming through. Yeah, I've got a one, another one, another one. Okay, so we've got 5 or 6 ones coming through. Perfect. All right, guys. So in terms of the event in March, this is the exciting bit. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I haven't written the report for this yet because I normally release this report in December, but I'm going to let you guys in early. We've seen a huge behavioral difference this year in the way that people are turning up to virtual events, particularly the summits. Now, on a summit, what happens is we get a partner, we interview them, or they teach for a little bit, and then they give you a link to download their lead magnets. And like I said, you give them access for 24 hours on a free ticket, and then we sell the upgraded pass. That's how they work. But we've seen on the other side of that, giveaways go through the roof. The amount of engagement, the amount of people signing up, it's massive. So what we're doing is a hybrid of the two, because I know that people want to learn to speak. I know people want to be able to go on more podcasts and drive more traffic using those routes that raise visibility fast, and most importantly, raise authority. But the problem is that most people can't do that because they don't have a speaker reel, they don't have testimonials, they don't have anything. So what we're doing is the March event is a little bit different. I can't believe we're telling you this in advance. Oh my gosh, it's lucky I love you guys. So what we're doing for March is we're doing a giveaway with a difference. It's a giveaway meets a summit. And what we're doing is we're giving away the lead magnets as normal, which is exactly how a giveaway works. But what we're also doing is giving away access to a single exclusive 60-minute training. So a contributor gives away a 60-minute piece of training that is recorded. So it's their recording, they've spoken about it. So it's more like teaching a keynote. So I want you to imagine that you're stood there on stage teaching a keynote. That's the recording that you submit, and you include your lead magnet. In return, we're obviously all driving traffic, but what we're giving you and what I'm giving you is we're giving you edited version of that for your show reel. We're giving you testimonials that you can use, and we have an exclusive bonus training module on how to actually keynote and how to present and how to speak to an audience, so you can learn to sell from live stream, from virtual stage, from physical stage. And we're putting all of that into the event in March. So it is a giveaway meets a summit. And the reason for that is because one of the big things we've noticed is that even as the year's gone on, as kind of COVID's kind of gone, ooh, everyone's gone, okay, because of that, what's happened is even professional speakers are struggling to kind of do everything that they're supposed to. I think everyone's head's a little bit done in, aren't they? Everyone's a little bit kind of like, whoo. So we want to be able to take the principle of the giveaway and the way that people are behaving, the way they fulfill their contractual obligation because they've put their money down and they've paid to play, and we're applying it to a summit methodology. And we're bringing the two together, and we're bringing the speaker training in, so you can take that and then you can go, right, I can then apply to go on a podcast because I've got a speaker reel here. I can use this. I've got a testimonial. I can use this. I've got examples that are public that people can go and check out. And we're going to be promoting it in multiple places, not just the actual giveaway event itself, but we're going to be repurposing everything and putting that all over the internet. So we are then broadcasting it. So you have links that you can give people for your show reel, for people to then go, oh, look, yeah, they did get people, they did get comments, they did get engagement, because that's what people want to know if they're booking you for an event. So not only when you buy into EEM are you getting that and all of the whole EEM experience, which, let's face it, you know, when you think about what you're getting inside of EEM, and remember that EEM stands for Experience Event Masterclass, which is a 12-month business incubator, you're getting training, resources, and videos to create every single virtual event type. Okay, we've added to it from our 6-month plan. You get everything. You have a weekly training session. 1 week is group coaching. The other is an implementation lab where we look at tech. You're getting funnel templates and page layouts. You're getting swipe files. You're getting your own community. You are getting checklists. You are literally getting to see my kind of like behind the scenes diary from events. You are getting blueprints, you're getting over-the-shoulder tech training where we dive in with you, and you are getting to learn how to create summits, challenges, giveaways, retreats. You're going to learn everything, including the audience super bundle of how to engage your audience to actually create such an experience that they're raving about you to everybody. So we're giving you that inside of EEM anyway. But then what we're giving you on top are these bonuses. And that March event I was just telling you about is the one that expires at midnight Pacific tonight, okay? It is one massive event, and we are giving you a ticket to that for free. You are going to have a speaker slot inside it. So instead of us charging you to take part, you're getting it included in your actual ticket for EEM. As an EEM student inside the incubator, we're giving you that. You get a speaker slot, you get in front of a bigger audience automatically, and you get to up your authority because you get the information you need to then be able to go and build other traffic routes. So you get that. You get the Cash Booster campaigns, the lifetime license. And the lifetime license, you're getting that because the Cash Booster campaigns dives into everything we've talked about today and over the course of the last week in really, really strong depth, because we've only scratched the surface here, really. We're giving you it as a lifetime license so that as we update it and add to it, you get the extra bonuses of that as well. You also get access to Audience Growth Con. If you didn't get to see everything when it happened in September, if you didn't have or didn't purchase the Unlimited Access Pass, we're throwing you one of them in as well. And we're giving you that one-to-one offer development. And because I extended it until tonight because of my own whoopsie-daisy, we're giving you another chance to get that live event, the 3-day signature system creation live event retreat. We're giving you that ticket as well. Okay, so there's a lot in there. In total, it's more than 100,000 that we're giving you in value. And we're actually only billing $197 a month for 12 months. How crazy is that? I know it's crazy. I literally got an email from somebody just this morning. They went, "Is this real?" Yeah, it's real. And the reason I'm doing it is because I firmly believe that people have this ability to change the world. It's going to sound really stupid. You're going to think, "Oh my gosh, Lindsay." But, getting real, we have this ability to change the world. The problem is we have to get our message out there. We have to be able to get those transformations that we can help people achieve out there. And the only way to do that is to get in front of a bigger traffic audience, okay? And to make them buy, because they don't realize that, what they need to light up their lives and to light up their businesses, and then ultimately to help light up the world. That's the point that we're trying to do here. So that's why I'm giving you so much inside of EEM to help you achieve that. And remember, there is accountability. You're not allowed to get away with things. If you need a bit of pause time to reflect, that's great, but you're not allowed to sit on your laurels and just do nothing. I do come along and shiver you up and go, "What are you doing?" And so do all of the other pod coaches as well, because we break you down into little pod communities. So you're only working with a small little group of like-minded people at any time, so that you get the benefit when you're doing the group coaching calls of really just getting those questions answered, okay? And things being specific and examples being specific to you so you can learn better, okay? Because if you learn better, you can create transformation quicker. And if you can transform quicker, you can grow your business. Do we have any questions about EEM, guys, from anybody? I know that I've received quite a few on DM. I am starting to write them down, but don't forget, we do have the live Q&A on Monday as well. So we have that. Now, we do have a workshop scheduled for Sunday. I am going to have to slightly drop Saturdays. And the reason why I'm going to drop Saturdays and roll it into what we're doing on Sunday and Monday is just because in my infinite wisdom, I forgot that I'd allowed my daughter something that is going to clash. So we're going to have to kind of reroute a few things. But before we go, I want to kind of talk quickly about sales. Closing the sale is something that people think is really, really hard, and they're scared of it. They're scared to come and make an offer. And the problem is it feels sticky. Okay, so like, oh, do they really want me to message them? Do they really want me to kind of, make them and get them on a call and then go, let's talk about money? But the truth is, when you're coming from a place where you're wanting to serve, when you're coming from a place of, I know that you can do this, I know that you can get that transformation, I know what it's going to do for you, you have to kind of take the mindset of, if I don't make the offer, I'm actually being cruel. If I do not make the offer to help somebody when I know I can help, A, it says a lot about me and I'm not a good person if I was to do that, but B, it's not helping them. It's actually being really cruel to not make the offer. So when you're sitting there and you're kind of going, oh, I don't want to talk about it. No, you need to. You need to talk about it. And that's why I was saying earlier in the week, when I talk to people, I might have something that I want to sell in my head, but if it's not a good fit for them, I have like a little sheet of paper that I bullet point out based on the notes before I talk to people. And I go, right, okay, this is the offers. These are the offers that are relevant. This is what people want. So that's what I do. And that's what I recommend you do as well. Think about what people want and make the offers that are relevant. If it turns out that you have a couple, you're not sure, talk it out with people. Don't make the sale sound sleazy, like you're trying to ram this one solution down their face, even though, you know, the solution's a square and you're trying to ram it into a circular hole. No, think about it. Offer them a couple of options. Say, look, actually, there's a couple of ways I can work with you. These are what they are. These are the price points. You know, is there anything in there that you would like to talk about in particular? And bring the conversation in that way if you really think that you're struggling to find a way to talk to people. But the main thing with sales is you've got to come from this place of service. Okay, you're not the sleazy car salesman going, whoa, there's a target, there's a target, there's a target. Okay, we're not doing that. That's shit. What we're doing is we're going, there's somebody I can help, there's somebody I can help, and there's somebody I can help. Now I need to talk to them and listen to them and find out how I can help them. And sometimes, you know, with those ones that just get away, and you're like, oh, that's tight. They're not a fit for me at all. Like, I can't help them. You might not be able to, but somebody else can. And that's why you should always approach your sales with the mindset of, I can help. I can help them one way or the other. I just need to talk to them and listen and really, truly listen to what they're saying, read between the lines, and then find the solution. And offering for free, okay, is not a solution. And I say that, and I say it with love. And I know there's people out there that go, I can't afford something. And the problem is if we give somebody something for free, they don't take it up. They don't follow it through. It is a very, very rare person and a rare character that takes something for free, picks it up and runs with it and sees the value in it when you are giving it away for free. Okay? If you're charging for it because they've put skin in the game, they're invested kind of financially and emotionally, then they're going to do something. It's a motivator. So you've got to make sure that you're making a paid offer. A, because it's good for business. B, because you genuinely want to help. And number two, to keep that sale from feeling sleazy, tell people your sales ethos. Like I tell people, you know, I believe that if you could have the cure for cancer. And I tell people this a lot. You could have the cure for cancer, which is a really personal thing for me because we lost a lot of family members to it. And if you had that, but you didn't know how to get in front of people, you couldn't get traffic, you couldn't get people to look at your research, you couldn't get people to hear you, then it doesn't matter. You might have that, but nobody's going to hear. So you're not going to change the world. You're not going to help people. But if you continue down the path that most coaches are teaching, where you're then kind of going, oh, I'll do bits, and you're running around like on a hamster wheel, what happens is you're so worn out by that even if you had the cure for cancer, you end up with a croaky voice like this because you're so burnt out that you can't shout from the rooftops and go, guys, I have this thing. It's amazing. Come look. You can't do that when you're burnt out. And that burnt out comes emotionally and it comes financially. And that's why we owe it to people to help them be that best person of themselves, to help them get that transformation. And we owe them it to make the offer. Now, I tell people this when I'm talking to them, that that's my ethos, that, you know, if I can help you by offering you, for example, with EM, offering you a ton of value that I know you guys could never afford on your own to buy individually, and I can bring it to a price point you can afford, then hang on a minute, I'm giving you that. You can then go and you can then help somebody else. So that's my sales ethos. That's why I do what I do. And by explaining that to people, suddenly you are not the big bad salesman. You are the person who's explained the reason why they're doing this. You are the person that's explained the offer that you're giving them. And most importantly, you're the person who's listened to what they're saying and you are giving them solutions that could genuinely help. Okay, and that's where you need to position yourself when you're doing your sales, that you're actually coming from a place where you genuinely just want to help. Okay, you genuinely want to be the person that can help them change their lives one way or another. And you have to have that belief in what you're selling. And that's why, you know, when I talk about the event that we've got happening in December with the retreat, okay, and we're going to create your signature system in 3 days, and we're going to do it live, all of us together. Okay, that event for the people that take part is going to be great. And the reason it's going to be great is because what we're doing is we're going, well, hang on a minute. we're taking that sales ethos that we can help people, we can genuinely help them change their lives with whatever our niche is, with whatever the transformation is that we can deliver. And we're structuring the way we teach it, we're structuring the way we sell it, we're structuring the way that we make sure people get results to make sure that they go from A to B, they get that transformation. They do all the wiggly bits inside that people do because it's never a straight line. But we're making sure they do that because it's in line with our sales ethos. It's in line with who we are for wanting to help people. That's why we're doing it. So that's why, as I've banged on about this free event, well, this free ticket you guys will be getting if you want to opt into EEM, because that's the bonus ticket that I've not even put on the sales page. But that event is going to help change people's lives. And it will help change people's lives because those courses that come out of it are going to be ones that people complete. And it's going to be ones where they actually get the transformation. And that is critical. Okay, it's mission critical. So guys, I've talked about it a lot. I've talked about closing the sale, talked about the sales ethos, and really making sure that you're coming from that place of, I can help. I can help you, I can help you, I can help you. Even if that's not with me, I can still help. And coming from that way, and that's the way that we want to approach our virtual events as well, because when we're working with joint venture partners, that mindset, that ethos works really well because we can take that, well, I might not be able to help, but they can, because I don't specialize in this, but they do. And what we're doing when we refer our traffic into those giveaways, either as contributors or hosts, ideally hosts, because that's what we're talking to you guys about, is creating your own events. What it means is that actually you're suddenly generating a ton of A, positive traffic, but B, positive karma. And I believe in karma. Karma's a bitch sometimes. But if you're helping people and you're introducing them to others that could help them when you can't, even better. Okay, and that's what you want to think about when you are trying to do your sales. Okay, you're out to help and you owe it to people to make the offer, which means that you owe it to use your voice and actually physically make the offer. Tell them the offer. Reach out to people. Use that same ethos for your Fast Five. Tell people the offer. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them why, and really drive it home, because that's going to help get those sales. Because if you tell them that sales ethos, and you have that motivation inside of you of, well, this is why I'm doing it, then closing the sale is going to be so much easier. And planning your revenue for the next year is so much easier because you kind of go, oh, if I do this event, I'm going to aim to help these many people. This event, this many people. And can you see the difference in the language? It's not, I'm going to sell this many slots. It's, I'm going to help this many people. And when you are doing that, your motivation, your brain changes. You become happier in doing your sales. You become stronger and more confident in how you reach out and connect with people. And suddenly everything is, it's a whole other level. Okay. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. I've seen a ton of comments stream past. I need to go up and catch some. The problem when I stream to multiple places, I always do this. I end up with a ton of comments that I don't always get caught up. So I can see still lots of numbers coming in. If you do have questions, make sure that you ping it down into the comments, or if it is specific and you want me to drop you a DM, put it in the comments and let me know and I can come and DM you. Or if you have DM me, I will be working my way through them and reaching out to people over the weekend and just connecting and just chatting with you a little bit more. Okay, guys, hope you've had fun. You have until the end of Sunday to add in all of your homework if you haven't already and you've been DMing me instead, naughty people. Put it in the homework thread and we'll be drawing some prizes for that real soon. And guys, I can't wait to talk to you on Sunday with our workshop and to see you again on Monday for the live stream Q&A. We'll dive into all those more technical questions about how we can get to that consistent 5K and beyond. Really, we want to be beyond 5K. 5K is your like mini step. Okay, really, we want to be going for goal. We want to be 10, 20K ideally. So guys, I will see you then. And thank you for the gorgeous comment, Chris. Really appreciate it. And ciao for now, guys. Have a great Friday and